And welcome to the latest episode of Parks O'Plenty, which is my Let's Build set in the game of Architect. And the kind of recap where we've been, this is the first scenario of the campaign, the vanilla campaign. And we finished it a long time ago. And then now we've gone back and started fleshing it in to properly fill it out. And we're recreating kind of an old-timey amusement park set in New England. So that has been the plan up to this point. But I have been facing some challenges because the centerpiece of an old-timey amusement park would be a big white classic wooden roller coaster, and that was not one of my ride choices going into this. And I have spent a lot of time and effort focused on trying to get that, and I have been coming up with zeros. So what I would like to do this time is focus on that, right? This is kind of like a push to get the wooden roller coaster, and then we will then we'll probably have to borrow a lot of money and buy the land and build the coaster, because we've been having some challenges up to this point in that. Let's change these both to coasters. We've had some challenges in that I was doing okay. I was actually doing fine. I mean, I wasn't rolling in money, but we're paying off the loans and everything's fine. Let's see. It's just what? Yeah, it's like $10 a square. And I don't have any. I don't have enough even for a row. So anyhow, we were doing fine actually. But one of the pseudo roller coaster rides I had seemed to be really hard hit to the point that it was a financial liability, and so I took it out. But apparently, it had a quite the impact on our overall numbers. And since then, we've been profitable, but not radically so, right? And in some months, it's very close. So it's not the position I was in, and it's not a position I want to be in. So that there is that concern too. But we are back up and running. Now, one of the things we did lately is that we went extended to the corner, and we've built a concession area. And the point behind that was, as we're, that popcorn, I don't care for popcorn. I mean, at the moment, I love popcorn in real life. One of the problems we were having is that thirst is probably the biggest customer complaint across the board. So I figured another concession area would give us an opportunity to keep people hydrated more frequently. So we built this concession area in the corner, and we just recently finished that. So we need to kind of flesh that out. Now there's this area right here is kind of left open, and I've been thinking about trying to put some type of tracked attraction in there. Now not a coaster, but rather something like a dark ride, right? And we've been focusing on coasters and shops and decorations. We really don't have a lot of we don't have any dark ride type options to choose from. So I'd still like to do that. It's just, it's not the priority at the moment. So while we are waiting for the opportunity to do all these things, there is plenty to do. Like, we need to kind of seal up this concession building, try to make it look good or better. Gentle monorail. The problem with for all, this one didn't come with any transportation rides. But the problem with transportation rides after the fact is it's really expensive and destructive to go back and try to build them through the park. And that's where the transportation rides really shine, right? They allow folks, I mean, there's some parks where, we have a transportation ride and just goes like a little loop type of thing and you're done. And, people enjoy that. But where it really shines, where you can really flex it to your advantage, is when your transportation ride acts like a form of transportation through your park. And in the best case scenario, you weave it in and out of all your attractions, including and especially your big ticket items. Because look at it this way. I mean, if you've been to a park, hopefully you have, if you've been to a park, you get tired, right? You want to take a break. And depending on the size of the park, it's also nice to take a break while going to another part of the park. So, it's doing work for you at the same time. And while you're in there, of course, you're excited. You're not going to pop out your phone and, watch a video. It's not the subway. And so they're out looking around. And as it's weaving through the greenery of your park, it's also passing all your high ticket items. And they're seeing this stuff, right? They're seeing the excitement. And that's the value of these transportation rides. And for me, it is an integral part of the experience, right? It's just built into the whole package. So let's see. Let's take a gander at our numbers. Okay, food and drinks are up a little bit. That's good. Even better, considering we didn't have a huge outlay of supplies. Ride admissions are not great, but they're kind of holding steady. Leaving me a small operating profit, which, I mean, all things considered, that's kind of like the minimal okay. It's just that it's mostly eaten up by the construction I've been doing. Let's see. So, I mean, you can see thirst is still my biggest problem, but immersion and happiness are very high. So this is, as far as a business, people having a great time, that's what it's all about, right? So, sub sandwich seems to be popular, right? So what we can do is we can go ahead and take advantage of that a little bit. And that's good. And no, I mean, there's always somebody complaining about the Ferris wheel, but yeah, I mean, overall, that's a pretty good set of customer thoughts. But back to the transportation systems. Well, like one of my all-time favorites is the monorail at Disneyland, right? Because the Disneyland, the original Disneyland, even the original Disneyland, it's pretty large. I mean, if you do it right, and when I say do it right, I totally acknowledge that this is subjective, right? But my dad was a fuddy-duddy. Once there was a divorce, my mom really couldn't afford it, but we did sometimes go to Disneyland, and my mom's philosophy is, let's do this to the max. So we're in the gate when they open, and we have the employees glowering at us at the end as we're the last ones out. I mean, that's how we approach it. And so that's a long time to be there. And even the original Disneyland, it's still pretty large to be walking around all day. And so it's time to take a break. And in the case of Disneyland, they have the Disneyland Railroad and the Disneyland Monorail. Now, the Disneyland Railroad runs basically along the periphery of the park on the outside, and it's got stations all around the edge. And then the monorail kind of, sort of does the same thing, but it also passes through the middle of the park. So that, if you're talking about pure transportation, the Disneyland Railroad is always fun. And what they've tried to do to help accentuate that is in some of the areas where you go backstage. Of course, they put you in a big tunnel so you don't see that you're backstage, but they have like the prehistoric dioramas and stuff, and I enjoy those. But on the monorail, what they do is they don't go in any backstage areas, and where they crisscross the park, they they're going right over rides and attractions and stuff, and huge lines. So, but see that totally fuels the excitement, right? Not only are you seeing the rides and attractions at not an angle you would normally see them at, especially if you're on them, but a lot of times too they have like some type of open windows or vents, and on a hot day, that's appreciated. But also on a hot day, you're smelling the popcorn, you're smelling the hamburgers and the hot dogs, you're smelling I know it sounds kind of weird, but for the outdoor water-based attractions, they got water going, and there is a type, a very wow, spinning nickel. I didn't realize it took a big dip like that. Interesting. And Bunker Hill's just strong as all get out, but and what about these guys? It's like all over the place. Okay. And the Ferris wheel. Where is my maintenance guy waiting for repairs? So we've got 3 maintenance guys, mechanics. 2 tired to work. So this is the entrance zone that the Ferris wheel's in, and he's too tired to work. Okay, no wonder he's too tired to work. He's not going anywhere. What's the problem? Oh, the zone won't let him get back. How did he get in there in the first place? I mean, I could see how he couldn't get back out, but how did he get in? The janitor for the entrance, he doesn't look like he's in great shape either, but he doesn't seem to be stuck. Okay, so the guy's moving to the staff room now. Okay. Hold it. If he's moving to his staff room, why is he moving even further away from his... I mean... Shouldn't he be moving to... I moved the wrong guy. Let's move him to the staff room that's, like, by his stuff. Go... There you go. Go take a break. Okay. This is bad. This might be a contributing factor. I don't know how long this has been like this, but this might be part of what's screwing up my numbers. So August, we've got food and drink is not great, but ride admissions are still holding steady. Again, we're not bleeding money, but we're not impressing anybody either, especially not me. These look good. Fall Rush. Okay. Nobody's complaining about the cost of sub sandwiches. That's good. So, you just raised them a bit. So This would be a time for any red flags to appear. So I'm just so curious as to how that worked. How did he get stuck there? I mean, and I could see what the problem was. So it was double errors, right? Error on my part on the zoning, and then the ability to, for employees to use paths to get in and out based on that zoning. That's fixed now, so that should make things better as we move forward. But then, man, he had some major brain farts after that. So, yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's my park. I take responsibility. And now that he's walking around, let's go fix something. Maintaining the revolution. It's not broken. I don't think it's broken. Why are you maintaining why you're right next to the one that is actually broken? Oh my gosh. Look, if you just turn to the right, you will see the box with the sparks and the smoke. Okay, I'm kind of hoping that when he comes out of this, he's a little more focused and goes straight to the Ferris wheel. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I'm not saying we're cooking with gas, but I for the love of Pete, we're finally able to at least work the microwave. So, where is he going? Wandering around. He seems to be making... Okay, I thought he was making a beeline for the staff room again. I mean, he's been very, very busy, and I appreciate that, but... And I recognize I gave him impossible orders. Okay, vertical drop coaster hyper. Of course. Not the ones I want. Not the ones I want at all. I do have a fair amount of cash, though, which is nice compared to where we've been. Nice enough to take a visit to the bank and repay the loan a little bit. I'm sure they appreciate that. What to do about this corner? Yeah. Kind of thought that this corner would be more popular so that, you know, we can get people hydrated and all that jazz. Let's see. Well, I will say this. If people aren't happy, they trash the place, and my vandalism is like near zero. So let's look at happiness, right? And again, as far as a business goes, you know, if you're in the hospitality or entertainment business, and theme parks are really kind of like both, this is good, right? I mean, real life companies would kill to have this type of customer satisfaction. Huh. Now, I don't know why they're on... Oh, and they're not even as unhappy as they were a second ago. They're yellow now. Right? So, I mean, that was my worst case scenario, and she's not that bad. So... oh... Now, you know, now I'm curious about what other problems are lurking under the surface in the park, right? What else did I screw up that I haven't caught yet? Okay. Let's take a look at the numbers. So... we're now reaching into September, right? We're coming out of the season and into back to school, holiday season, all that jazz, winter. Numbers are not great. I mean, we paid back $1,000 to the bank, but that still would have put me 11 cents in a hole. or $11 in the hole. Scenery's fine. They like that. I mean, we're definitely keeping people happy. What? And that, that is super important, but it doesn't, and it does pay the bills, I get, but it's not all, right? It's not enough to keep a park going. Keeping people happy for free or close to it is not what this is all about. Though, as a customer, I totally am thrilled with that idea, but as a park owner, I'm not. So, okay. Bus dropped off 39 guests who prefer very high intensity. This is the wrong park. They don't want this park. Why would they come to this park? No. Oh, that's going to be a bust the chops. Oh, so come on. Come on. First of all, this is an old-timey park in the first place. It's not a puke fest. Second of all, just come on. You're killing me here. Immersion. So, I mean, it's always going to be better. These two guys who are Fire Engine Red were just sitting there staring out the main gate. So I can probably see why they're not. Over here, wow, so many people in orange. It looks kind of like the main yard of a prison. Everybody in their orange jumpsuits. But, okay. Well, but we're working on immersion. Immersion is not a quick fix. And we've been making solid gains doing what I have been doing. So if I get back on track cash-wise, and if I ever, I'm starting to doubt that I will, but if I ever get that, let's just speed things up to help accelerate the chances of getting the wooden roller coaster. Yeah. Because, I mean, really, that's what it'd be. I mean, when you think about the golden age of amusement parks, at least in the United States, probably over much of the world, was like the roaring 20s, right? And, all the parks I've seen from the 20s, there's a big old, usually painted white, wooden roller coaster. That's what we want. That's what we're trying to get here. You know what? I built this place specifically to help take care of our thirst problem, and you know what? There is I never built a new thirst shop. Whew, wow. Another glorious moment for me and my management skills. All right. Yes, it may appear that I'm having a senior moment, but I assure you not. I'm perfectly intact with my facilities or faculties or whatever. However you refer to your brain, it works. Not as well as it used to, apparently, but okay. So now we got a guy who's gonna stock this new juice bar, and then we will finally be able to do what this whole corner was developed to do in the first place, which is, help fight thirst in the park. I don't want to do another potent potables, so let's take a key from the Brooklynese. Juices for uses. There you go. Yeah, New York's not New England. I get it, and it's a different accent. I get that too. But the only people who are nodding their head agreeing with those statements are the people who live in New England. And the rest of the viewing audience, people who've probably never been to New England, or have been and think you all sound alike, they're wondering what I'm talking about, right? And to those people, it's cool. It just okay. It's not open though. I mean, it's got the green light, but it says no shopkeeper. Oh, I think I remember. I'm pretty sure that shopkeepers walk to work from the entrance of the park. So we'll see them in a bit, I think. Holding steady on concessions, even with a big outlay of supplies. Ride admissions are slowly going down. Of course, I mean, that's partly blamed by the season. And the rain and the cold, but not a great month for us. Scenery here is amazing. Yeah, it is. Okay, great, awesome, thanks. Oh, Ferris Wheel Classic was a waste of time. That's up to 2 people, which is 100% increase, but it's 2 people. So, again, you can justify anything with statistics. And so you just know which numbers to pick and how to frame them. Man, I gotta apologize. I really don't know what's going on with my brain right now. My janitor is doing okay. Still no shopkeeper. Oh, I think I see her. Yep, that's her. Heading for juices for uses. Okay, so we're that one's primed and ready to go. So she should be settling into the cockpit here, ready to take flight. Fighting thirst. Godspeed, man. And there she goes. Okay. And I'm really expecting to see kind of a hit in happiness and satisfaction now that they've loaded. Oh, hypercoasters available. I was just checking that. So now that we have all those high enthusiasm enthusiasts are in the park, checking out my wide variety of non-high excitement rides, I expect to see some complaints from them. But again, come on. That's like being an adrenaline junkie and then going to, the local carnival and saying, "Come on, man! They didn't have enough coasters. They didn't have any Yeah, it's a carnival, right? Step right up and throw the softball stuff. Let's see what we got. Can we put something in this hole in the meanwhile? I think I have all these. No, I don't have this one. The orbiter. Huh. No, I don't have any orbiters. Or I'd know. I have Twister. Similar to the Twister, rotating arms spin one way while the body of the ride spins another. The arms are lifted near horizontal angles. So it sounds like a nausea fest is what it sounds like. Oops. Didn't mean to get rid of that fence. Vertical drop coaster. So this thing's broke again? It says it's being worked on. Okay, what does being worked on mean? Does that mean he's Oh, actually, I guess he really was working on it. Sometimes it says that, a guy's working on something when, in fact, what that means is he got the radio call and he's walking across the park to get there. That is not being worked on, in my opinion. But so, orbiter, huh? Well, 1,700. That's kind of pricey for a flat ride like this. But it could help satisfy the high intensity gap we have, and it might help shore up the income gap we have. And the problem is $1,700, because $1,700 didn't used to be a big problem. Now $1,700 is 1,700 little problems. Oh boy. And let's take a look. These canned 45, 45.5, 42. So it looks like decorations really don't do much for this thing. This thing's pretty high excitement all by itself. So, I mean, it would fill this gap, which is killing me. It would maybe help spark some folks coming to the park, which is killing me. So, yeah, I think I might want to go for this. Oh, now I'm down to the negative dollars again. Oh, and it's the okay. What to do? Let's look at the numbers. So concessions are coming up. Ride admissions are finally coming up a little. Park admissions are way down, but scenery here is amazing. There are no... I get it. And look, that number spiked up because they all came off the bus. Yeah, I don't want to call my customers idiots, but they're idiots, right? It's like a bunch of people who they all like vegetarians going to a barbecue festival. It's just like, I think you're in the wrong spot. You are setting yourself up for disappointment. Okay. Well, I kind of reached this rut where I get a little money and then the quarter comes and then I lose it. There we go. I can get enough money to do this, but I'm gonna have to borrow right now, and I was kind of holding off on borrowing until we got the wooden roller coaster. But yeah, but this pretty much sums it up. But okay, I really do like this paradigm I've set up, though. The pattern and these trees and stuff. I mean, this is a park I'd be more than happy to visit. Let's just accelerate this. Maybe what I can do is maybe we can slowly save money without taking a loan, just by accelerating time. Which is the same principle as 8-year-old you running and jumping into bed at 3 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Like, Christmas come faster, right? It's like, yeah, you knocked yourself out, but time is time, and now all you're gonna do is wake up at midnight and be wide awake at midnight when everyone else is trying to sleep. Not that anything like that has happened to me or my kids. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Let's see. Wow, now I'm 300 in the hole with minus 155 for the month. And we got a pivot coaster and a plane coaster, which I don't want either of those. My research team should be shot. Concessions are okay. Ride admissions are creeping downward, right? I mean, it's December, so people are ho ho hoing and stuff, and not go into the amusement park. So yeah, high intensity ride snobs are at the top of the list. I see our perpetual complainer moved from the Ferris wheel to Twister. So yeah, this is cheaper. So that takes care of the cash problem for a little bit. So let's get this thing off the ground, so to speak. So here's the orbiter. And what I figure I'll do is I'll have a entrance queue matched with the other entrance queue. No. Yeah. And oh, I can't put it on test. It needs me to put an entrance in first. So and an exit too, I suspect. Entrance. Let's move the exit a little closer this way. And we can put this on test now. And let's go ahead and double click it so I can get the color too. How many does this hold? So holds 36. So that's gonna be gosh, 12 tiles. I don't want that long of a queue. So that's 9 queue tiles. Okay, we'll stick with 9. And then where's the eyedropper? Over here. Get the color. There we go. Let's take off the fences. Oh, and the queue line doesn't adjust. Okay. That's interesting. So now it's adjusted, and we'll wait for the results. And meanwhile, we'll start theming this bad boy. So you know what? I'm looking at this one. I don't know if I mean, I told you I don't like spinny rides. I don't know if I'd have as many problems with this one. Huh. It does look kind of fun. So the excitement is at, wow. Okay, so we'll see an increase. So the excitement was in the 40s, so we'll pop the price up to $8. So we're good, right? I mean, I essentially think we're all good. So let's make it $8.25 and then open it, right? So let's see. This is just the same thing we've been doing all along, so there's no magic happening here. So we got an actual paying customer in the queue, so that's good. Okay, then we'll go ahead and put these cornices up. I figure I'll handle the queue for this ride just like the queue for the neighboring ride, so they'll mirror each other. But we do need to cover the ride itself. That'll help maintain customer satisfaction during bad weather or colder months. And this is New England, so colder months is a reality. So I'm going to say an eventuality, but it's not even an eventuality. It's just, it is what it is. Oh man, I just can't. I was just gonna say, like, I've been thinking about, like, how could I have just lost focus of so many things at once, and then I deleted too many bits over here. That's how. So let's see. So we're holding easy with 16,000 cash in the bank. Concessions are wow. Supplies are going up. People are buying stuff. The ride admissions are kind of floating back up to where they should be. Operating profit $4.37. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. This is kind of the risk of business. Sometimes, you know, if you cut it close to the line, and then for some whatever reason, right, fate just has a dip in customer satisfaction over something minor. Whoa! The park entrance fee is a good deal. 21 people think that. Whoa! That's whoa with a capital W. Hell, yeah. Capital O too. Capital WHOA. Well, we can certainly take advantage of that. Okay. Not that we can take advantage of that. I will be happy to take advantage of that. Oh boy. Wow. Wow. That, I haven't seen that type of jump before. I mean, you know, not to rain on my own parade, but I'm starting to wonder if I don't have another hidden mistake here someplace. Numbers are indicating that there's something off. That's what they're indicating. I'm just setting myself up for an unpleasant surprise, I think. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and seal off the roof with this flat roof piece. And then let's change the name of this to Yorktown. And so 44, that's almost 45. So we can change the colors to kind of match the park colors, which are very autumn-y. And how about a really light brown? It just looks like a dirty light bulb. You know what? I've been adding some music from my video library to the list here, like this one. This is actually the theme music for the intro for From the Rubble. So let's start grabbing some of that, give us a bit more variety, plus lets me fine-tune things a little more the way I want. And yep, that is a problem. How long have I had it at 25 cents? I mean, more than a month. It kind of begs the question. Maybe that's why they think that the park entrance fee is such a screaming deal. Oh, there you go. There was the fly in the ointment I was sure was there. Well, it's identified now. We will press on. Just add it to the list of goof ups I've made. Speaking of goof ups, this whole entrance area, it looks goofy. It's like an upside down frying pan. Okay, let's take care of these. And I think we probably need to populate or decorate the queue area, right? So we've got lamps we need to add. Luckily, some of the lamps from the neighboring attraction will help us. And then we need to, let's see, get some fences, right? Let's take a look at the month. So, food's not doing great. Concessions. Ride admissions are through the floor. Huh. Even, okay. Park admissions are very high up, which is because of the content creator, so that guy is helping us. My operating profit is in the red. I mean, this stuff's still good. I mean, I'm still winning on the basics. Scenery here is amazing. Yeah, thank you. Lots of people want to go on the rides. Thank you. People had a great time. Thank you. The people complaining about no high intensity rides are down to just 8, which is nice. That's single digits. I'm not paying that much for park entrance fee. Okay. So now that I raised the price back up for Yorktown, maybe the park entrance deal is not such a screaming deal like it was before. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to see new numbers yet. So, not profitable. But it looks like people are buying stuff from here. So that's one thing that's kind of finally going as intended. Whoa. I've got people exiting. I've got... Uh-oh. I have a drain here. Why am I... Oh, that was not the right thing to do. Okay, let's select this, kill it. And it's gone, right? Right, it's gone. Okay, let me go grab people. Put the sidewalks back in place. Huh. Looks like everyone pretty much figured it out on their own. Okay. Again, I had another senior moment. I'm sorry, but Looks like in this case the game did me a solid and figured it out for me, so. Oh my gosh, this is like been a dumpster fire. Oh my gosh. Plain coat, yay. Well, it's too late to do anything about it now, but I will caffeinate right out of this, because apparently I'm running on empty. It's just not my day, man. Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness. Let's grab one of these porch lights over here, and we can set these up on the entrances to these two rides in our new queue building. Right? Why is it so high up? That seems kind of high. There you go. That looks better. We're still, at the end of the month, we'll be able to see, I hope, some changes in the numbers there. It's too early yet to see what new coasters they'll be working on. Man. I'm just trying to think in my head of what other new and exciting ways I may have set myself up for failure here. Besides the fact that this building looks like an upside down skillet. Let's fill up this space with flowers. And extend it over here. Oops. Okay. The day's almost over. Let's see if we can grab a couple plants. And extend the tulips around the corner here. Oh, new day. So concessions are holding steady. Not great. That's not helpful, really. But ride admissions. Wow, it's amazing what happens when you charge more than a quarter. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So thank goodness. That's where we need to be. Okay, so now we are based. Why? With that type of ride admissions, why am I not more profitable? I don't know. Well, I really don't know. Looking at the loan fees and wages, there have been some increases. Loan fees went up though, but we took out a loan. Makes sense. wages are steady. Building maintenance is the same. Huh. Okay, well, let's look at the people. These still look good. This still looks good. All the high number items are all things you want to hear. And I don't see a big group of people complaining about the excitement rating anymore. Okay. So let's finish this detailing here. Yeah, now I think my problem before was lack of focus, but now my lack of focus is because of the problem I had, right? Now I'm thinking about that. Oh gosh, a group of Vandals. Oh, okay. Let's put the brakes on. If you remember, this is how I do it, is I will pause the game, turn off the rides, turn off the scenery, and go Vandal hunting. And if we're lucky, we can get most, if not all of them, in a single pass. Something tells me this might be harder than I thought. Oh, there we go. So, yep, he's a Vandal. Number 1 trait on the board. So we got one. Let's see who's next. Oh, there's one in line right here. Pick him up. Put him down. So we're doing. Oh, is this one? Traits. Yep. So we've been really batting them out of the park so far. That's 3, and we've just been hanging around the Ferris wheel. Of course, Ferris wheel does seem to have its detractors on a regular basis, so I'm not surprised. That's maybe a focal point for Vandals. Oh, vandalized pole. Let's see. Nope. Now I'm starting to get suspicious when I don't find Vandals. There's a guy right there. And there's another one. Vandalizing, in fact. Okay. No doubt about what he's up to. Oh, and there's another one. Wow, so this group is organized. They run around like in little clusters. So that's like what that brings. Well, it brings us down to 5, but I think that's 6 we found overall. Okay. Keep looking. There's one right there. Being picked up, being booted is what he's. Oh, I see another one. Okay, back for him. They just generically say him on all Vandals. If you're a female Vandal, you're a him. That's. I'm sorry, I just group you all together. Whoa! Look at that dude. He looks like me. I swear to God, if you put a bandana and a ball cap backward on me, that's what I look like. well, sorry, guy. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but I'm not flattered enough to let you stay. Christopher Ayala. Booted out of the park, or else he goes to jail. Let's see. Okay. We're down to one Vandal. And I'm looking at the last cluster of guests. So he's in here somewhere. Or I missed him. There he is. So that's unusual for me to get 100% on the first pass. But it's nice. I mean, I don't have to worry about them at all now. How we doing at Yorktown? There, look at that. That's what we talk about. That's what we're talking about. My revenue bar looks like half a Christmas tree, and that's both appropriate and desirable at this time of year. Any time of year. This upside down frying pan thing is not working. Not working at all. So let's break it and fix it. It's a very bizarre design. That's why it doesn't work. Okay, that fixes the main building. Now we got to fix these lower buildings. Just basically a roof issue. Pretty straightforward. Now we just grab the flat top. And there you go. I think that looks a lot better. And it doesn't look as complex. And sometimes complexity is nice. I mean, that's some big patches of plain roof, but they... Oh, wild mouse. Okay. Wild mouse? Really? I don't have it yet? I mean, that's one you would think... personally, I think they should always give you wild mouse and wooden roller coaster from the scratch. Right? You should just start with it. It's kind of like saying, you know, we're going to invent... We're going to have games, but we have to invent them first. And you have to invent... like regular playing cards before you can use them. He's like, seriously? Come on. I mean, they had them for hundreds of years. That should be a gimme. But no gimme for me, apparently. Oh, goodness. Oh. Look at the time. Okay. Okay. So I did not get as far as I wanted to be. I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve. But I was kind of in a not great place, and then through a series of blunders and brain farts on my part, I went to a less not fun place. or a more not fun place. How about that? And that's okay. That's okay. We didn't always immediately spot the errors, but we spotted them in time for to prevent serious damage. So let's look at these final numbers then. Food and drinks, not amazing anybody there, but look at those ride admissions. Thank goodness. And the numbers are not knock your socks off overwhelming great, but they're a lot better than they were. So I think what I'm saying is I had things I wanted to achieve and I didn't achieve them. But we did make some adjustments on the way that I think we're ending slightly better off than we were before, and that's ultimately what we're after. But in the meanwhile, I'm gonna beef up this research just a little bit, and scenery here is amazing. It's way high up, so we're and the important stuff, the important indicators, everything's aces, right? Always has been. Just the money issue is a problem, and so there you go. I still want to do something. I need to fill out this little hole here in the decoration. That'll help with our immersion and stuff. But I still want to press ahead with the plan that I've been pressing for a long time, which is we want to get those wooden roller coaster designs, and then we'll go ahead and buy out the land at the end of the park, build a big old world-class jewel of the crown type wooden roller coaster at the end of the park. And at that point, this puppy's gonna hum like an angelic choir. But until then, we will continue to just kind of press on a little bit like we are. But I think I'm better prepared to do that than I was apparently an hour ago. And of course, there was several senior moments and brain farts along the way. So I apologize for that. But it was fun. It was stimulating for me. I enjoyed myself. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And it is the holiday season for a lot of folks. So if it is for you, I hope you have a great holiday season. But until next time, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps just a touch of good fortune. Cheers.